And then we're going to have a wintry mix Thursday night into Friday morning, followed by bitterly cold and windy weather Friday into the weekend. Download the Local 3 weather app, free for iPhone and Android. I'm Chief Meteorologist David Carnes for the Local 3 Storm Alert team.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Rock City's Enchanted Garden of Lights, the region's best holiday lights experience for the whole family. Purchase your tickets online at crockcity.com.
All right, right now your current Simply Bank temperature 46 degrees. As we mentioned earlier, a little bit of sleet out there for a Tuesday afternoon. Not much, but it's something to be a little bit excited about. You know, we got to be excited about something as we are here in the afternoon. But welcome in once again. We've got another interview we're going to get to right now on the radio and on mixtv.tv. One of the things that we are very, very proud to be teaming up with, it's our friends from the Ocoee FCA, and this is something we started back a few months ago where we do an athlete and the coach of the month, and it's sponsored by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Ken and Brian Beard, where we bring in coaches and we bring in players and just really kind of brag on them a little bit and tell them how proud we are of them and how they pour into our community and the young kids pouring into each other, coaches pouring into kids. And we're so proud to have one of those recipients in the studio with us this afternoon. And also here is Matt Moore, the area director for the Ocoee FCA. Matt, first of all, we'll start with you. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm trying to stay warm. That's the little...
That little sleet got you cold?
When the rain started bouncing off my car, I was like, hold on. There's something else going on here.
What's this?
Yeah.
And then also from Lake Forest Middle School, we have the football coach, Josh Gregory is going to join us. Coach, how are you doing?
Doing well. Just enjoying the holiday season, enjoying some days off right here. So it's nice to just have some time to relax.
Now, you were telling me, now we're going to kind of, hopefully everybody knows about this, that you were out golfing today.
Yeah, went out golfing for a little while.
Yeah.
If I get off, might as well go out and play some. So get a day off and go out and enjoy the weather. It wasn't raining yet. It started sleeting on us a little bit at the end of it, but it was a good day to be out.
And it's not 15 yet either.
Not
so
15
there's
yet.
that. Yeah. There are limitations, I would think.
Well, let's go ahead and back up now. I believe, Matt, this is the first time we've done one of these presentations in the afternoon. Is that right?
It is. This is our inaugural afternoon presentation.
Yeah. So the wheels fall off. We know it was a one and done.
Hey, listen.
And that may be according to Coach Gregory here.
I don't think we're going to blame him.
Well, we got to blame somebody. Come on.
I'll take it. It's all right. That's the worst thing I get blamed for. It'll be okay.
No, this is our first afternoon one. Typically, we're able to get people out of school, but Josh was already out of school.
He was already out of school,
and he was traveling yesterday. So it was like, well, we worked it out to get in today, and we're happy to do it.
Well, let's talk. Let's back up just for a minute, people. Since it was a morning broadcast yesterday, we had our athlete of the month for the month of December, and I believe that was Maddie Moore.
Yeah, Maddie Moore, no relation.
No relation.
Maddie
you
Moore.
said that afterwards. I'm like, I didn't even put it together, Matt.
I mean, no, Maddie's a junior at Meigs County High School. Plays
basketball player,
basketball and volleyball, and just the kind of young person she is. I mean, the recommendations for her, nominations for her, were just like, man, what an incredible person. And we'll get these nominations that come in. We get, like, I mean, probably right now we have about 100 or so in the mix, right?
Wow.
And so we come across those between the coaches and the athletes. Now, sometimes it's the mom or dad that says, hey, my daughter's the best person out there, you know, and it's like, well, maybe we don't need to go after that one. But you'll come across folks that are teachers or coaches or coworkers, and you'll hear a great story, and you'll hear like, hey, I'm encouraged by this person's presence every day. And Maddie was one of those people that, so when I call the school to make sure, hey, do they still go to school there? Are they actually in good standing? And man, they just gushed about her like, hey, she's fantastic. And honestly, the same thing happened with this, our coach, with Coach Gregory, was, great recommendation from one of his coworkers. And then when I reached out to Robbie Winters, who's a friend.
We're sorry, you can't win them all.
You know, you can't get, well, we got to pick between Richie and Robbie. I mean, Robbie's
that was a coin flip, right?
Yeah. The lesser of the evils.
Yeah.
But Rob was just so, like, man, yeah, absolutely. Like, it makes perfect sense. Because what this award is really, we want to recognize the people that are giving back in our community, that help make our community a better place. There's tons of bad news out there. We want to hear some good news. And I do believe, like, FCA and the people that are involved in it help change and make our community a better place, not just for a little while, but for the long term. So Josh, we're super excited that you're our coach of the month for the month of December. You're closing out the year for us.
Yeah.
You know, closing out with a bang.
That's it.
But really excited to, again, I'll let him share some stuff what he's doing down there, because when you start hearing all the things that he's involved with, all the things that he's doing, he's not saying, hey, look at me, but he's just saying, hey, I want to make these kids' lives better. I want them to be good young men and women down the road. And that's the kind of person. That's why those are the people you want to know that are teaching your kids. Yep. When you send your kid off to school, who's going to be there? And you want to hear people like Coach Gregory. You want to hear about people like Maddie Moore, Meggs, and all the others that we've had in here. It's pretty fantastic.
Well, Coach, let's come over to you. Of course, this was someone nominated you for this to be a Coach of the Month, and I think it's even more when it's from the FCA. When the FCA is the one handing out this award, for sure, that has to mean a little bit more, because when you think about pouring in and sharing the love of Christ to students, that has to hold some water in that bucket, I would think.
Oh, for sure. And I tell people all the time, like, these kids, yes, they play football for me, and I want them to be good football players, but they're going to grow up and be good men at some point, or they're not. And so I get a chance to share with so many of our young players that don't have a father figure, and to be a good father figure to them and allow them to have somebody they can look at and go, all right, like, this is what a man's supposed to act like, or this is what I should be like. And so, like, this last year we started like one character trait a week, and something good that our kids can learn about that they might not be getting from somewhere else. Right. And so we talk about that character trait and what it means to be a Lake Forest Bruin in that character trait. And so it really, really helps us to be able to help these young men, especially in my situation. I look at so many of our kids that don't have father figures that, all right, I want to train you to become a good man, because you're going to grow up and you're going to turn 18 and you're going to go out on your own, and what are you going to make of yourself? And so I think that as a coach, I have a responsibility not only to make them good players, but to set them up to become good men.
Yeah, and I think it goes between the wins and the losses too. For sure. Everybody can celebrate a win, but when you have a hard loss, you got to have a coach like yourself that teaches that, hey, this is life. We've got to learn to put this in perspective and understand what this is all about.
For sure. The game of football to me is life. Yeah. There's so many ups and downs, and you learn how to fail and get back up and go in the next play, because you're going to have days you fail in life. And so I think that to me, it teaches life so well. And so when these kids, so many times in our society, we can't let kids fail. No, this is they need to fail. Right. Because we all fail. I fail every day, but I think at some point, they need to learn how to fail, number one, and they need to learn how to come back and be successful the next day, number two.
I agree with that. Coach Josh Gregory here from Lake Forest Middle School, the football coach there. He is our Coach of the Month, presented by the Ocoee FCA. We want to thank again Drs. Ken and Brian Beard from the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. They are the sponsor of this. And Coach, tell me a little bit about the involvement with FCA there at Lake Forest. What do you guys do?
We have meetings once a week. Joseph Weeks is our person for FCA out there, and he does a really good job as a sponsor for that. FCA has helped us out a lot in the last several years. We go to a camp once a year, and they help us sponsorship some of that stuff to be able to go to that camp. And I think FCA has a great impact on our campus in lots of different areas, so it's very beneficial.
About how many students participate in FCA there at Lake Forest? What'd you guess?
On Friday mornings, I'd say we have over 100 to 150 every Friday morning that would show up at FCA and really enjoy getting to be able to share and be a part of that.
Matt, when he says over 100 students, I mean, I'm sure you know the inside numbers. To me, that's incredible.
Oh, yeah. For any kid, this is the story. We talked about this, for last month's person at Cleveland Middle, that these middle school students, when it's FCA, they're telling mom and dad, get me there early. Yeah. I can't miss FCA, because there's a place there for them. They feel connected there. There's people that they know when they step into that room, wherever they're going to meet, that somebody loves them and cares for them. And some of those are the teachers that help create those environments, but it's the students there too. Because they're just trying to connect, and for a middle school student to find their place in this world, I mean, it's such a hard thing to do. And so when you've got people that are saying, hey, I want you to be here, I want you to be connected, and the same thing on the football team. You got young men that are coming out there that who knows if anyone's ever spoke life into them before, and to say, hey, come here, there's a place for you, be a part of what we're doing, is such a huge thing. And Coach mentioned the camp that happens in the summer. We can't do that unless people in the community are giving and supporting us. Sure. And so, it's not just, hey, FCA Matt just wrote a check to make this happen. Yeah. It's people giving through the year that we put money aside to say, we know Lake Forest is going to, how many, you guys have 40?
Yeah.
With coaches and athletes, we were to about 40 to 50 folks up there, paid their way to be there, part of their way to be there, and they get to spend a day meeting other teams, competing on 7-on-7 drills, and then they're going and having lunch. They're getting to hear a testimony from somebody, again, reinforcing the kind of person you need to be, the kind of man you want to be, and how much God cares for you. They're seeing that there. And so, man, It's a beautiful partnership we have with Lake Forest, and it's a great thing that's happening there. We're excited to see how God is moving on that campus, and it takes coaches that are the real deal behind the scenes. That's the thing that's the most important part, because FCA is our heart is to minister to and through the coach, that we help support Josh and what he's doing. And we're talking about, yesterday Josh was at on Sunday at Dollywood with his family, because he's a dad.
Right.
He cares about the dads that he's the future fathers that he's pouring into, because he knows his kids are going to be around those young people. And so there's an investment that happens. And so when people want to give and support the FCA, they're investing into my daughter and my son and your kids and anybody that's out there. There's a reason to support what we're doing.
Yeah, so if people want to be, Matt, if people want to be involved with what you guys are doing there with FCA, you mentioned it takes funds to make these things happen. I can't think of a better way than being able to pour into young people's lives and teach them about the love of Christ at the same time. How can people get involved, whether it be financially, monetarily, or your time, whatever?
There's several ways to do it. The easiest way to go and to give or support right now is to go to our website, ocoeefca.org, and there's a donate page, and you can click on that, and you can find ways to donate there. And then from that, I mean, the donation parts are good, but we're also looking for volunteers, people to be character coaches, to come alongside and say, hey, I'll come to a practice and I'll serve Coach Gregory or whoever. I'm not there to give my big testimony unless somebody asks me to give my testimony. Otherwise, I might just be holding water and be talking to young people on the sidelines and encouraging them, speaking life into them. So we're looking for people all across the board. We've got from middle school to high school to our universities, Tennessee Wesleyan, Lee, and Cleveland State, that we have opportunities for people to volunteer and pour back in and to come alongside our staff that's helping to equip them. And so it's called a character coach. It's a long way around to say we have character coaches, and there's a way to do that. If you want to find a way to do that, you can email me at mmoore@fca.org. I love to get you plugged in, love to find a way to get you connected. And again, if you're interested in giving or supporting, there's ways to do that too. But honestly, I think the most valuable thing people could do is the time they give, is the way to support. And somebody's like, hey, I want to see what that looks like on a Friday. Or I'd be interested to come to camp. We'd love to help you get set up, whether it's at Lake Forest or Ocoee Middle or whichever school you're at, so you can see what's happening, how we're pouring into young people.
Again, we're speaking with our friends in Ocoee Region FCA, Matt Moore, the area directors here, as we are announcing our Coach of the Month for the month of December, Coach Josh Gregory, football coach at Lake Forest Middle School. So proud of him. And I've had an opportunity to be with Josh on several occasions.
He spoke really well of you.
Yeah, I was going to say who Josh is who Josh is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is him on a daily basis. I'm not surprised personally to see him standing here in this position. I think he's a great guy and pours into those kids in such a positive manner. I'm just very proud of him, proud to be a part of Bradley County Schools and know that that's something that you take that passion. So parents, I'm going to say this just real quick. You mentioned monetary donations. We're at the end of the year. A lot of times that's when people sit down in January, the first quarter of the year, and say, how do I want to allocate some financial things that I want to give to next year? What do I want to do? What's my plan that I want to do, whether it's on an annual basis or quarterly or whatever? Maybe consider giving to the Ocoee FCA to let you guys do what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be awesome. So please consider doing that,
It's
folks.
sending kids to camp. It's putting Bibles in students' hands for the first time. It's providing volunteers for stuff, and it's connecting it to the world of sports. We invest so much into that, the sport world, and sometimes we think it's all about the wins and losses. Yeah. And the thing is, if we don't learn anything from the wins and losses, then what good is it for our life? Yeah. And so with Christ at the center, we're able to help folks navigate that thing, because you're not going to play football forever as much as you might like to. You're not going to play basketball forever. You might be able to play pickleball forever. I don't think there is age
limitation. That's a story for another time.
Pickleball goes on forever, but beyond that, other things have a limitation to it. And I think again, man, we want to pour those things in. It's the lessons they learn, because man, to fail on the football field is a lot easier than failing in life. Right. And so let's learn how to overcome those things on the field or on the court rather than other spaces. So man, it's a great way to give. It's a great time to support. But we have like a little gift bag for Josh. I don't know if I have to make a formal presentation, but it's over here.
Well, let's do a little bit of a formal presentation here. We got a plaque.
Yeah, we have a coach's Bible, and this could be for you, or you might want to give it to another coach that you're pouring into and investing into. There's some devotion stuff in there. There is a gift card from our friends at Aubrey's.
Oh, thank you.
So if you and the wife, you can leave the kids at home, take them to the grandparents, let Kay and Melvin take care of them, and then go to Aubrey's one evening and enjoy yourself. But we love you. We love our coaches. We love what you're doing. It's just a small way to say thank you for all that you do in our community. So thank you so much, man.
Coach, good to see you this afternoon. Merry Christmas. I don't think I'll see you guys again before the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm here a lot more recently. So I don't know, maybe I'll just swing by. But if I don't see you, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mix 104 and the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Beard, for allowing this to happen and give us the opportunity to do it, because I do think, I've seen people in the community man, I really enjoyed hearing about that story from these folks. So it's been encouraging to me, and I hope it's encouraging to everybody out there. And if they want to nominate somebody, we go to the Mix website.
That's it. They go to mymix1041.com.
Yeah, and throw a name in of an athlete or a coach, somebody who's impacted your student or your life in some way. One of the neat things, we tried to do this before, we try to bring Donnie Yates in here when we kick this thing off, and Donnie would not come. Because Donnie's not a spotlight kind of guy. He's like, he told me maybe I will, and then he told me I don't think I will. And so, but Donnie was somebody who really influenced Josh, and Donnie's been an FCA guy for 40 years in our community, and then we see this legacy poured into people that supported Donnie and what he did at Cleveland Middle and Cleveland High, and then we see this in Josh when he coached at Cleveland Middle and Cleveland High for a while and was influenced by Donnie, and he didn't leave it there. He carried it to Lake Forest, and he sees the impact. So. Donnie, if you're listening, thank you. If anybody's life's ever been touched by Donnie, you know the kind of person he is. Yep. So we're grateful to Donnie Yates and the legacy that he's leaving.
Well, Matt, great to see you again today. Coach Gregory, great to see you.
Thank you.
And congratulations on being our December Coach of the Month with Ocoee FCA.
Thank you.
We'll get you a plaque, we promise. It's one of those things. Holidays get a little sticky on stuff like that. Yeah. But it's all good. I understand.
We'll have a ceremony.
Yeah, we'll have a big ceremony and everything. All right, we're going to move along, get to the top of the hour here. We got Fox News, local news coming up. Stay with us. Mix 104.1 WCLE. Also, we'll give you more information about that train that derailed there in Collegedale. We got more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studio.